Alrighty, welcome to a 4-on-4 cube draft. It is myself, Mati, Eomatic, and BK. That's a great squad. Battling against Billy the Kitty, Dark Poet Bill, Dan, and the Tank. Alright, we got some opponents here too. And not a great opening pack. There's both Volcanics. There's also Chrome Mox and Wasteland and Snapcaster. None of these are cards I really like first picking. Mishra's Bauble either. I kind of want to just take Volcanic Island. I think Volcanic is pretty good. I really don't like to first pick Chrome Mox that much. I don't know. There's also both Volcanics in the pack. I want to have access to one. Oh, there's a Bowmasters. I was looking at Counterspell and Time Twister, but no, it's got to be Bowmasters. Okay, so Dan passed me a Bowmasters. Might have taken a piece of Power because Bowmasters is pretty high up on the list. Either way, he knows he passed Bowmasters. That's fine. Probably not going to get anything too exciting back. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see like Sicarian Infiltrator or Leovold wheeling out of this pack. Sadly, I can't get Bowmasters and Time Twister this draft, since I got to take the Bowmasters here. Would I rather have a Chrome Mox or a Volcanic with the Bowmasters? Kind of rather have Volcanic. Just, you end up Grixis a decent amount with this, and having that is pretty nice. Oh, now there's Fury and Atraxa and Ancient Tomb and Jace and Xander's Lounge. A lot of good cards. Atraxa versus Fury is pretty close. I did just pass Fiery Confluence, so it kind of makes me want to just take the Fury here. There's also Vaultborn Tyrant in the pack and the Corpse Dance. Let's see, if I take Atraxa, what are the odds that I wheel Corpse Dance though? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's without Vaultborn or Stoic. That is possible. Yeah, all right, you know what? I'll take Atraxa. Atraxa, I think, is a pretty good one. Oh man, now there's a Parallax Wave. Okay. There's also a Birds of Paradise. So the two best cards in the pack are not that synergistic with the 3 cards I already have. Parallax Wave the least. I guess I probably can just pass it. There's Pyrokinesis as well. I could take Birds. We could still just be Domain here. I could also take Scrapwork Mutt, but that's just too much weaker. I could also take Parallax Wave, and it doesn't really go with any of the cards I have that well. I think I'll just take Birds. I think that there's an opportunity here. All right, now there's a Leyline Binding and a Plateau. There's also Llanowar Elf, but this is not the same as a Noble Hierarch or Ignoble Hierarch. It's a lot weaker. And this kind of makes me want to just take Leyline Binding or Plateau and head kind of in the Domain direction. There's also Collective Brutality, which could lead us back towards Reanimator, and we just ditch the Birds. But I really like Domain. I'm going to take Leyline Binding. I'll still probably take Troll here. I think Troll is really good either way. Rafine might come back. Malcolm probably won't. Actually, we're getting late enough, and this pack doesn't have that many good cards. There's also Grist. Grist is really good. Actually, why don't I take Grist and set up for Natural Order? Let's just do that. I think that we've got a good opportunity to do that, and it helps. And in Domain, I mean, Grist is just a really strong card. A 3-mana card that kills their creatures and planeswalkers, pumps out 1/1s, can even threaten to nug them near the end of it here. And Vaultborn Tyrant also might come back. If Corpse Dance doesn't, Vaultborn Tyrant has a decent chance to, which would further bolster the Natural Order plans. Not that we have Natural Order, but Natural Order is a card you can just get like 7th pick here. Okay, this pack has Fabled Passage, Channel, but we're not very close to a Channel deck. Bonnie Paul, which is also kind of nice, but I think I just take Fabled Passage. There's also Fallen Shinobi, which is cool with like Bowmasters and Birds, but a 5-color land in what is looking like a potential Domain deck, I think is pretty good, even if you don't really want to play it as one of your first couple lands. All right, and here we've got Oust, Raucous Theater, Coalition Relic. Coalition Relic does really help cast Atraxa. I don't really like Coalition Relic that much as a card. I kind of want to just take Raucous Theater. I love duels and surveil lands. Having one surveil land is really nice. Obviously, you need some fetch lands, but just having that one surveil land goes a long way. And now we have Grixis lands. We do have 2 pretty strong green cards. Oh, Indotha Triumph? Yes, that is perfect. Also, now Indotha Triumph plus Volcanic, that's what we call Tron. That's all 5 types out of 2 cards. So it opens the door for turn 1 fetch Triumph or just play Triumph. Turn 2 Volcanic, play like a 5/5 Territorial Kavu or Scion of Urza, or Scion of Draco rather. So yeah, we're going to slam Indotha Triumph here. Now I'm feeling like very good about Domain, good about this Leyline Binding pick, and I like where we're going here. Okay, Leovold came back, so did Omnath. I think I actually take Omnath here. I like Scrubland too, but I just did pick up Indatha Triumph. And Leovold versus Omnath. I think I'm just going to take the Omnath here. Okay, Corpse Dance came back. So did Vaultborn Tyrant. So did Jace. Wow, I did not expect the Jace. I don't think I'm taking Corpse Dance at this point. So the question is, do I want Vaultborn Tyrant or Jace? You know what? I'm going to take Vaultborn Tyrant. Look, there's Stoic Sphinx and Jace. I can pass 2 blue cards. That's fine. Scrapwork Mutt came back late. I guess I could take some discard outlets. Though Talisman of Curiosity looks pretty good in this deck. I'm just going to take the Talisman. I don't like splashing the Reanimator package in Domain because you use a lot of picks on lands in Domain. That's just how to make the deck function. And you end up with not that many ways to have like tutors or card draw. I like Nurturing Peatland. Yeah, I'll take it. Dryad Arbor would be good for Green Sun Zenith. Oh, and a late Botanical Sanctum. That's kind of a gift. So the mana base on Domain decks is funny. So, oh, and a late Bonnie Paul? Okay, well, we're really on the hunt for natural order now. Flash would also be great. Oh, so would a fetch land. We're not passing a fetch land. It's got to be Polluted Delta, right? It fetches every single one of my duels so far. Okay. Arid Mesa does too, actually. So, hold on. I guess I would rather take Polluted Delta because early black and blue is probably better than early red and white. But it is funny that I just have a set of fetches that are duels that all get fetched by this. All right, so yeah, let's take Delta. We want like ideally 2 fetches. Obviously more is better, but if we get 2 fetch lands, then this deck can really function. So looking at my lands, I have, these are all fetchables. Indatha Triumph, Volcanic, Raucous Theater. These are fetch lands, and then these are non-fetchable lands that are still good to have, but obviously they don't really fit into the whole fetch paradigm. But we're doing really good on that. The Indatha Triumph into Volcanic is so perfect. Okay, this pack has a Fast Bond, it has a Lightning Bolt, it has a Vamp, Wheel of Fortune. Oh, Wheel Bowmasters is pretty nice. I don't really like Wheel otherwise. There's also Necromancy, but the reason I don't like Reanimate stuff, I just mentioned, I don't really have any way to put these cards in the graveyard. I'm kind of thinking, it's tough because Fast Bond by itself is not amazing. I kind of wonder if I should just take Vamp here, and if I get a natural order, it sets that up. Fast Bond is really good with Omnath is the main thing it's good with. And Time Twister and Wheel are already gone. Let's just take Vamp here. I don't know, that's a pretty tough one. Now there's an Exhume, but there's also Savai Triumph and Watery Grave. Yeah, I don't think Exhume is like one of the weakest reanimates anyway. Ashen Rider, Thopter Foundry. I don't think I need Commercial District that badly. Let's see, I kind of want to just take Watery Grave. It's just a high quality duel for what I'm doing. Like those are kind of the colors I'm going to want to tap for. Now there's a World Spine, which can go nicely with Flash, but we don't have the Flash, and we already have a great Flash deck, so I don't think I want to take that. It does mean that no one to 3 seats to our right has taken Flash yet, luckily. And there's a Zeator's Proving Ground, which would be fine. There's also Infernal Grasp or Seed Shark or Brazen Borrower. I kind of feel like Brazen Borrower, Kite Sail Larcenist, or Infernal Grasp are all pretty close. Though Seed Shark is really nice with Leyline Binding specifically. I'm going to take Proving Ground, and I feel pretty good on lands now. Oh, though there is a Taiga. There's also Gaia's Cradle. There's also Eureka. Oh, I'll get Eureka back. Almost no one takes that card. Yeah, Eureka is going to be really nice here. Eureka putting in Vaultborn, Bonnie Paul, Atraxa. Like, those are cards that can win even if they put in good stuff off Eureka. So it's Tribal Flames that deals 5. I think a 2-mana deal 5 is probably pretty good here. I think that's better than Goldvein Hydra. Because we haven't seen Territorial Calvo, Scion, any of those things. There's Natural Order. Boom, we got to take it. Wow, passing a Workshop and an Urza. What am I doing? But yeah, let's slam Natural Order. And now we're kind of set in terms of like having the thing we were looking for. We do need more mana dorks. So we passed an Ignoble and an Llanowar Elves so far. Yeah, we should be able to pick up some more. I mean, Birds is good. Grist is a great target for Natural Order. This kind of makes me wish I'd taken the Dryad Arbor, actually. I guess I didn't think about Natural Order as well, though I don't have any fetch lands that can get green, so not a huge opportunity lost there. All right, so here, I mean, this actually is starting to look like a decent exploration deck. I could also take Metamorph, but I have all Legends. That doesn't sound great. Fire Ice is also good because it's just good interaction. I kind of like just having a bit more interaction. I think I would rather have that. There's also Crater Hoof, but I already have enough good things to natural order for. Passing a Kappa Cannoneer. We're passing all the artifacts in the world here. Someone's got a pretty nice artifact deck, I would imagine. Okay. Ooh, I do love balance in general, but I've got to take Sentinel. Sentinel for natural order. I think that's just going to be too important. Having more green creatures in our deck, and this isn't even going to be a great balance deck. I don't have a lot of the cards that are good with balance. Oh, I can take Nexus of Becoming. It's a good way to put all of these cards into play. Yeah, and it cuts it off of Dan if he took the Workshop. There's also Utopia Sprawl, but with natural order, I'd rather my mana dorks be creatures. So I think that's better. And then now, Eagles of the North is typically good in this style of deck, but I don't actually have any planes. Maybe I just take Soul Guide Lantern because it's just a good card to have. I don't think this looks like a very good Persist deck. I don't think it looks like a great Marchesa deck either. I don't have quite enough interaction. Let's just take the Soul Guide Lantern. If someone plays Reanimator, you do get to kind of hose them, which is nice. Okay, so maybe should have taken Exploration. I don't know. I kind of want my mana, again, my mana accelerants, kind of like Utopia Sprawl. I want that to be a mana dork if I can get it. Oh, Commercial District is probably pretty great. Kosali Pride Mage you can sack to natural order, but I think a second Surveil land is going to be a nice pickup. And then here, oh wow, almost none of the cards I wanted tabled. I guess I'll hate a Triplicate Titan. Here I'll take Railway Brawler. I don't think I'm playing the Interrupter, and I could see playing the Brawler maybe. At worst, it is a card for natural order. Yeah, I'll take Sarah Paragon, I guess. Actually, I passed Kappa Cannoneer. Let's just take the Shadow Spear. All right. Wow, Eureka didn't table. I would still just take Tribal Flames over it. I think Tribal Flame's pretty good in this deck, but that's crazy. Oh, and Black Lotus. You don't see that every day. I rarely do, in fact. Passing a Ruby, unfortunately, but Ruby is so much worse than Lotus that I'm not going to do the whole double power pass thing, which if you open 2 Moxes, you can definitely do. Oh, sadly a fetch, but Sign of Draco's really likely to come back, right? We've got, because I'm taking Lotus, I think Snuff Out, Ruby, Windswept Teeth are like Law, and Archon are all locks. Oracle's pretty likely, Hallowed Fountain. And, at worst, a Green Suns could come back. All right. Well, I'm slamming Lotus here, making this Vamp pick look a lot better. Now that I have Natural Order and Black Lotus in my deck, I'm pretty happy about that. Let's take the Railway Brawler out for now. Really would love to hit some mana dorks. Okay. Well, I think I take Sneak, though. Because Sneak, especially now that I picked up Lotus, is another way to cheat in Atraxa, Vaultborn, and Bonnie Paul. They're all pretty good on Sneak. I guess this is the worst. But you sneak in Bonnie Paul, you get... Let's see. So you sneak that in, you get a 6/5 to attack them. You get Boo, the Ox, and you get to draw a card and put a land into play from the graveyard. All right. Yeah, that's still pretty good. All right, I'm going to take Sneak. If Atali wheels, I'll be happy, but I'm not counting on that. Lotus Cobra could actually wheel, and I would be happy about that as well. Also could use another fetch land if we see one. And like Territorial Kavu would be nice. There's Nishoba Brawler, but I assume I'm going to want to take like a Teferi before I do that. Teferi is pretty good. I guess I don't have like the best white fixing in the world, but I still have enough. It's just the best card here. Lelia is good too, but I have a lot of uncastables. It's not the best Lelia deck, so let's just take Teferi. And if Brawler comes back or Prismatic Ending comes back, I'll be pretty happy. Okay, Paradise Druid looks exactly like what we want. I mean, a fetch land I would take over it, but I'll still take Paradise Druid here. Echo of Eons with Bowmasters is nice, but I don't really have any way to discard it, and I think I'd better off just taking Paradise Druid. And then now we've got Elvish Mystic, which I think I've got to take here. When you have Natural Order in your deck, you'd really want to take those cards. Plus, ramping into Sneak Attack is pretty nice. This Talisman of Curiosity can get out for now. Carnosaur and Sylvan are both all right, but we're certainly going to take the Elf here. Could use one more Sneak target. Bonus points if it... Well, I don't even really need it to be a Natural Order target. Oh, I guess I have a Crater Hoof. Yeah, I mean, if I get enough cheap creatures, Crater Hoof could be it, but we'll see. The Soul Guide may or may not be in the deck, because I have Nexus as well. Nexus is 6 mana, so you're still kind of paying a lot of mana, but it does still let you make multiple good plays in the same turn, though I guess Nexus Vaultborn Tyrant is not a very good card, not a very good combo, so I'll try not to do that. You get a 3/3, you don't get the trigger, and then when it dies, it doesn't come back. Not great. I mean, Jetmir's Garden's the third Triome, but it also gives me another combo with Watergrave to get all 5 out of 2 lands. I don't really need a discard effect here. I don't care about Courser. Yeah, I think I'd rather have the Triumph. I already have 2 Surveil lands, so I think that that's fine. Would have much rather had a fetch land. Let's see what else we can find here. We get 2 more packs, and then we get some wheels. I'm still kind of surprised Eureka didn't wheel. I've never seen that card not wheel, so it was a bit of a shock. Here we have Gemstone Caverns. We have Vindicate, which is just like kind of solid interaction. We have Elvish Spirit Guide. Elvish Spirit Guide's kind of nice. Power out a Nexus, an early natural order. You can also just cast it and sack it to natural order. I think I like Spirit Guide more than Gemstone Caverns in this deck or Manamorphose, and I don't think I want Vindicate. Yeah, I'll take Spirit Guide. A little bit more acceleration. And then, Huatley's really nice. I'm already going to play basics because of Fabled Passage, and I don't have so many duels that I can't afford to. So Huatley as a natural order target that also fixes my mana sounds pretty perfect. So I will take that. And let's see what came back on the wheel here, since I do expect at least a couple cards. Okay, Green Suns came back, so did Scion. All right, which do I want? I do like Scion, but this is not turning into that much of a beatdown deck. It kind of feels like Green Suns might be better. I've got good 1s, a 2, 3, 4, and then a more expensive. That's pretty strong. I wish I took that Dryad Arbor. Dryad Arbor would have been good. Here, I could take Nissa, or I could just take like a red-green not duel, or a green-white not duel. I guess just a red-green duel is probably, like no land types duel is still probably fine. I don't really think I want Nissa here. See if Atali came back. It did not. But Brawler came back. Even though I'm not as much beat down, this is still a green creature to sacrifice. And it's still going to be pretty big. So I'll take that. Oh, Echo came back. Do I have any way to use it? I mean, it's just a strong card. I guess I just won't pass it. I don't... The Tidebinder might be stronger. I'll take the Tidebinder, I guess. I don't know. Oh, Sylvan came back. So did Council's Judgment. But this looks like a pretty solid Sylvan deck. I'm just not going to play the Courser, so I'll hate Hero Bladehold. And I'll write if I'm not playing. All right, well, I think this went pretty well. Let's get to deck building, but we got a good brew here. All right, unfortunately, Nexus of Becoming was the last card on the chopping block. I want to play 17 lands. I don't want to get rid of Fire Ice or Tribal Flames or like Nishoba Brawler. Those are the last couple of cards I was considering. And I think Nexus was the cut. Playing 2 forests, 1 of each of the other basics. Looking pretty good. Teammates have some nice decks too. Eomatics on Through the Breach, Atali, Torsten, Gruff Triplets, World Spine, Ashen Rider has Flash and Mystical Tutor, Mana Drain, Daze, Iteration, Steam Vents, Mox Diamond. Yeah, this deck looks like Oath of Druids too. Very solid, like red-green splash or red-blue splash green, kind of like Breach Flash combo deck. I like that. BK's got a nice one. He's got Mardu Control. He's taking out the Sihili, but he's just got like Duress, Path, Tiny Bones, Skull Clamp, Reprieve, Fiery Confluence, Dracosaur, Fury, Glorybringer, Flicker Wisp. He's got just some action going on and pretty good mana. And then Mati's got a nice one with Ancestral, a bunch of cheap artifacts and Burn, Mox Opal, cheap creatures, Adeline, Wandering Emperor, Scarlet, Solitude, Magda. Yeah, there's some good stuff going on here. Thalia as well, Mother of Runes Channeler. All right, we got some good decks. Let's get to battling. Alrighty, time for round 1. We don't have a turn 1 birds here, but I can go turn 1 Fabled Passage for Forest, turn 2 birds plus Vamp for Natural Order, and then turn 3 Natural Order. That'll work out kind of nicely. I also have kind of the natural 5 for Leyline Binding, and here's a Bunny Paul as well. Playing against... I guess I should have main decked the Soul Guide Lantern. I'll side it in. We'll see what's getting into play here, because Leyline Binding is not going to be on for a couple turns, but it can answer things. As things currently stand on turn 4, I guess I could cast Leyline Binding on turn 3. Excuse me? Entomb for True Name Nemesis? Okay, that's... Oh, Unearth. All right, that's totally fine. I think True Name Nemesis is an extremely beatable card. I mean, obviously I could lose to it, but I don't feel too bad about this. Let's go ahead and get my forest. Drop a bop. Bop. Pay the life, play the birds. Pass the turn. And I think I am just going to go for Natural Order Atraxa. Like, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and that would be bad for me. But I'm under some pressure here, and I mean, we'll see. I guess if Tank, like, just hits for 3, plays a land, and says go, I'm a little bit less inclined, but I don't know. It's kind of tough. I guess if Tank doesn't do anything else here, then I probably won't go for it right now, because I could just play Sylvan and then go for it next turn. Now I'm probably going to. Obviously, if my bird dies, that's a different story. Oh, this looks like Collective Brutality, maybe? No plays. Okay, I'll just wait then. I think that's fine. Oh, Green Suns. Interesting. Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's play a land. Let's cast Green Suns for 3 here, and if it gets countered, then it gets countered. I'm probably just gonna get Huatli. Get a land. I guess I will get a swamp or an island. I guess I'll get an island. Force of Will, Pitching Subtlety. Okay, I got it and go for it. All right. Dang, that's intense. Oh, and then Hole Breacher. Wow, okay. Let's see, I'm going to go to 9 here, then I'm going to go to 7. But I'm going to get an Atraxa into play, hopefully. A Narset. Yeah, that's fine, too. All right, well, this is going to be a close one. We'll see what Tank gets off this Narset. It's Time Twister? Okay. So if I do Vamp, I can't Vamp for Sneak. I don't have enough mana for that. I think I do need to Vamp here. And let's see what we want to get. Bowmasters. Oh, interesting. So I go to 7. Yeah, I could get Bowmasters, play a land. Does that work? So if I get Bowmasters and I play a land, I get to Leyline Binding the Hole Breacher. I go to 4 from the True Name. Assuming Tank casts Time Twister, I then cast Bowmasters. Tanks takes 7 down to 12, and then I have a thing in play. I don't think that's quite good enough. I could also... What I think I'm going to do is I think I'm still just going to Natural Order for Atraxa, and then if I hit... I need to hit Lotus in order to kill the Hole Breacher with Leyline Binding. So it's basically a top 10. I have about a third of a chance of hitting Lotus versus getting Bowmasters, and the problem is if he doesn't, and then he ends up with 7 cards and I end up with 1. No. The problem is the Narset is still there, but at least I have an Atraxa in play. Yeah, let's get Natural Order. Let's just do that, I think. I don't really like the situation I'm in, but he had Force of Will into Hole Breacher here. The Narset also is pretty annoying. Yeah, let's get Atraxa here. Let's go Black Lotus. No on the Black Lotus. Okay. And I already played my land, so all right. I guess that's it. Rough round 1. Hopefully round 2 is better. Or game 2. All right, sideboard. I mean, I guess I do want Soul Guide Lantern in. Tribal Flames kills Narset, which is fine. What else? I definitely like the Bowmasters. Oh, Sylvan looks pretty bad against like Hole Breacher and Narset. And do I want Tishana's Tidebinder? That doesn't seem particularly useful. All right, let's do this and hope that we don't get Turn 2 True Name, force a will your play, Hull Breacher into Time Twister. Yeah, that was not ideal. Okay, I mean, I'm going to keep this hand. I'm going to play turn 1 Jetmir's Garden. Turn 2, I'm going to play Soul Guide, maybe. I'll see what I draw, but turn 2 could be Fire Ice him on upkeep to try to draw a third land. I guess if I draw a land on turn 2, it'll make it a lot easier because then I can go, you know, Huatli or Teferi or any of these good 3s here over the next couple turns. So we'll have to see kind of then. The Soul Guide can, he mulled to 6. The Soul Guide can also cycle, though I kind of don't want to cycle it against a deck. Like, I don't think Entomb for Unearth is going to be his only play here. And I think that Entomb is going to generally be good in this matchup. Or, sorry, Soul Guide is going to be good. Okay, Copperline Gorge makes things a lot easier. So now, he let on Island, though. So I kind of just want to upkeep. I think get Watery Grave, because that gives me all 5. Upkeep, I'm going to Ice here. That way you can't play a 2-drop. Watery Grave, pay the life. Ice your land. And then turn 3. Again, if I've drawn a land, well, actually, I don't even know if it matters if I draw a land or not. I can just play the Sentinel here. Oh, or he drew the swamp. I could also play Teferi. Sentinel is going to be like the highest payoff card, but it does open me up into getting hit by an end of turn Entomb into Animate. But he didn't lead on Swamp, and I think that just playing Sentinel is going to be good here. The thing is, Teferi in hand means there's a decent amount of creatures I can also beat with just bouncing, even if he animates them. So I just think it wastes too much of my time to do otherwise. Oh, we're forcing the Sentinel. That is aggressive. I guess Tank pitching Time Warp here. I guess maybe he's going to Time Twister right now. That would make some sense. Oh, True Name, sure. Yeah, that's fine. True Name's not bad. I'm not the most worried about it. Obviously, it does become pretty annoying at some point. All right, let's go Huatli. I've got lots of blue. I've got lots of basically all the colors I need. So I guess I could go red, white. I've got double blue. I've got double triple green. All right, I guess I'll just get Mountain. And I think I just play Copperline Gorge because there's a chance I want to flip this Huatli. I guess maybe I actually should have gotten Plains so I can play multiple things in the same turn. Oh, I was going to bounce the Huatli. Okay, I'll take 3. I'm going to Leyline Binding the Jace for sure. Oh, Vamp is kind of nice too. Let's go Leyline Binding for 1 mana. Get your Jace. Jace is out of here. And land Huatli. And I can set up a natural order again. He's already used his force, so I kind of want to do that. It's Huatli and get, at this point, Plains isn't that necessary. I guess I could get a swamp. Maybe I'll want to double black something. And I think I'm going to want to play Soul Guide anyway, so let's just play the Soul Guide here. Let's get the force out. That way, if he Time Twisters, he doesn't redraw force. And then pass, and then I can upkeep Vamp and go get Atraxa. And I think this is going to be a lot better of a position to get Atraxa from. So, and I can beat True Name Nemesis and Erase there. And I'll have 1 mana left after the Atraxa hits. He could have Subtlety in his hand, so I'm not going to attack with Huatli before casting Natural Order here. Oh, I'm getting Shinobi'd. Okay. Well, this could be bad. All right. Hit Black Lotus. Yeah, I mean, that's not ideal, but I think Atraxa could still be fine here. Now he gets to Lotus the True Name back into play. I assume. I mean, if he Lotus his Time Twister, that's going to be kind of annoying. All right, True Name. Okay. Vamp, upkeep. I'm going to 7. I'm going to get natural order here. Does he have another counter? That would be bad. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I get natural order. Draw. If he has Snuff out here, it would be so sick. I will play my land first because I want to leave Jetmir's Gardens up. And then natural order sacking Huatli, get Atraxa. All right, let's see what I get here. I get some cards, which is nice. And if I kind of want to draw birds off of this, so I can play a birds. And oh, there's the birds if I want it. There's also Vaultborn Tyrant. Wow, I hit land creature. I only hit 3 types. Ugh. Oh, I'm definitely taking the green suns. I guess I can take the birds as well. And I think I'll just take the volcanic. Sure. Brutally bad Atraxa, but let's get the birds into play. I just want another blocker in case the Atraxa dies. Not that I think I'm that likely to win if that's the case, but I don't really need to keep Bonnie Paul when I've got a green suns that can just go get it next turn if I want. Or I can get Omnath, or I can get whatever. Okay. I mean, it's going to depend on what Tank's got. He did stride to the top with Commercial District, so I don't love that. Maybe he's put a subtlety on top or something. And next turn, I'm not going to want a Paradise or a Teferi Time Raveler, the Fallen Shinobi, because that just sets up another hit here. But I could use it to bounce something else. And if Atraxa gets to hit here, I'm pretty happy. There's also a chance that, if I get Bonnie Paul and then attack with Atraxa and I immediately trigger it, put a Delta back into play, that's kind of nice. Let's see what Tank's got. All right, here we go. Collective Brutality. Oh, that's annoying because that makes me discard my green suns. Okay. But if that's all Tank has, he doesn't have a way to deal with Atraxa, maybe? I mean, he did literally tank for a while, so definitely possible. Thieving Skydiver. There's no cards in hand now. All right. He's good. So it's his no cards versus I'm taking 3 versus he's taking 7 a turn and I'm gaining 7. I feel like I'm a pretty heavy favorite here, though. Kind of brutal that Collective Brutality literally just traded for everything I got off of Atraxa. I got the birds and the green suns. That's all I got. Let's play Paradise Druid. I don't think I want to play Teferi. What am I doing with Teferi? What I kind of want to do is bounce Leyline Binding. No, I'm just going to wait a turn here. Actually, maybe what I should do with Teferi here is I can bounce Leyline Binding the Skydiver, then attack the Jace. Oh, that's kind of a nice play. I actually should have done that last turn, I think. All right, he drew land, so let's go. I mean, we'll see what he draws this turn, obviously, if we draw something. Let's still play this. See what our next card is. Vaultborn Tyrant would still be pretty nice, or Bonnie Paul. Any of the big creatures would be. I guess Bonnie Paul's on the bottom, but any of the big creatures would be nice. Oh, Tribal Flames? Oh, okay, we just win now. Top, Teferi, white, blue. Bounce, Leyline Binding. Leyline Binding for 1 mana. Leyline Binding the Skydiver. Tribal Flames the tank for 5. And attack with Atraxa. All right. We got game 2. Natural Order Atraxa did the trick this time. And we are going to game 3 here momentarily. As soon as Tank declares no blockers. All right. Let's go. I think I want to put in Tishana's Tidebinder. There's a couple interactions. 1, it can stop Jace. 2, he could Shinobi. Tidebinder and the Shinobi trigger just means the Shinobi doesn't come into play and he still bounces his creature. That's pretty nice. So I think I'm going to do that. And I think I'm wondering if I should cut this Nishoba Brawler. I don't really want to. Tribal Flames kills Jason Narset and Shinobi. It's probably too good to cut. Fire Ice. Skydiver's a reason not to leave Lotus in play, and Soulgate Lantern, whatever. But what do I need to cut here? I don't want to cut Teferi. He's got counters in his deck. I don't want to cut like Elvish Mystic. Yeah, maybe it is the Brawler. Kind of sad, but oh man, it triggers Vaultborn Tyrant. That's nice. Could be Fire Ice. He doesn't have that many creatures it's good against. All right, let's do that, I guess. And see how game 3 looks here. Any Lotus draws? Feels like we're kind of due. Oh, there's a Lotus draw. Sadly, I can't natural order for Atraxa, but I could natural order turn 1 for Bonnie Paul or Vaultborn Tyrant. Oh, I can't natural order turn 1. Sorry, I can natural order turn 2. Because the birds can't tap for mana yet. I mean, obviously I'm going to keep this hand. Hope I don't get discarded. And what am I going to do on turn 1/2? We haven't seen Thoughtseize or Duress or Inquisition. So I don't know that I have to worry about that. Force of Will is very annoying. I'm going to keep... I mean, I guess I'm going to lead with Forest Birds. I'm just deciding whether I want to play the Lotus or not. Imperial Seal. I think I'm going to play the Lotus because it's possible that I want to have a Tidebinder up. Unless he plays Mox, he can't Thieving Skydiver my Lotus on turn 2. And I think that that's going to be the plan. That was not a very good draw. All right. Let's pass the turn. And hope, I guess, that I'll set an upkeep stock, but I might want to vamp on upkeep. I guess I could vamp for a land on upkeep if I'm going to natural order away the birds. Oh my god, does he have Mox plus Tidebinder? No, he's got Swamp, Mox, Ruby. Just Imperial Sealed. Okay. So he doesn't have a turn 2... Time Twister or anything. What is this? Collective Brutality? Yeah, I can't stop that. He gets to take my natural order too. Okay. Well, this is a pretty bad situation now. I mean, if I draw a black source, I at least can vamp. He did discard Fallen Shinobi. He's down to 2 cards in hand. Okay. Interesting. He's got a lot of black mana. All right. Land. Well, that's not very good. Oh, he took my vamp, not my natural order? Oh, okay. That's reasonable. I mean, I don't have any green creatures to sacrifice. Let's hope he doesn't draw blue. Yeah. All right. Can I draw a land? Oh, Raucous Theater. That is a nice one. Oh, yeah. We're going to keep Indatha Triumph here. And, you know, if he plays Skydiver, I'm not going to be happy about it, but it's not going to be the end of the world. I'm about to have all my colors here in a second. It's got 5 mana, 2 cards in hand, no double blue. I don't know what's going on, but I'm happy enough. All right. Play Indatha Triumph, pass the turn. And now, I guess I don't have all 5 colors, but I have 4, so I can still cast Leyline Binding. If you cast Time Twister, that would be pretty nice. Turok. Okay. So I can Tidebinder Turok. Do I want to lose Lotus Tidebinder or 2 cards in my hand? I kind of want to just lose 2 cards because if I keep Natural Order, any green I draw is really good. And if I keep Atraxa, yeah, because I can play the Bowmasters here. And then the Turok's not gonna live to get any +1/+1 counters. So I'm going to start with that. All right, he didn't have the force. Nice. Bowmasters gets in there. Turok down. All right, I just don't want to lose Lotus. Okay, I didn't really want to lose Atraxa, but as long as I kept one of Atraxa on natural order, I guess I was happy enough. I just need to draw a green creature now. Okay, I guess I'll attack. Now, any land is now good. So I'm glad I didn't Tidebinder there. Okay, drew double blue. Narset. And I mean, I'm just going to Tidebinder that. That I will Tidebinder. I'm not waiting around. It's got one card in hand. I am going to attack the Narset still, even though it doesn't have an ability right now. Because Huatley's my best draw here, probably. Baleful Mastery. Oh, I see. But I still draw a card because the Narset doesn't stop that. All right. Well, happy enough. Oh, Elvish Mystic. There we go. Though, wait. I don't have any creatures left to get. Oh my god. I mean, I can get Omnath still. Or I can get Huatley, though. That's kind of pathetic. Okay. Tank's on no cards in hand now. He's got one turn to draw a Time Twister, but even then I have a Bowmasters in play. Hopefully he doesn't draw a True Name here. True Name would be really annoying. Narset has no abilities, or no loyalty. He drew Jace? Okay. Well, it's not that good. There's a Bowmasters in play, so like, what's he gonna do? I guess plus on me. Yeah, it's gonna plus on me. Hold on, I'm gonna draw my card and I'm gonna guess whether he left it on top or not. Okay, probably just a land. I can't believe I drew all my targets. Yeah, I bet he left this on top. Yeah, he did. All right, let's look at the deck real quick just to make sure. Yeah, I guess it's Omnath or Grist. These are all kind of weak, but it's probably worth doing. Oh, it's going to be Grist here. So, because look, we're going to go attack Narset for 1, attack the tank for 1. Natural Order, sacking the Mystic, which, you know, so it makes me a little sad. And then get Grist, -2, sack the Orc army, kill the Jace. And once again, we're going to have tank on an empty board here. Natural Order. Grist the Hunger Tide. -2, sack the Orc. Blow up the Jace. Play Botanical Sanctum. Now we're 2 lands away from casting the cards in hand, but he's got nothing. I've got a Bowmasters, which has to make some of his cards worse. Subtlety would be pretty annoying. I guess what I'm hoping to draw here is like a Teferi or... Oh, I could cast an Omnath. That would be great. Time Twister. Let's do it. All right. I mean, I'm into this. Because he gets 4 mana, assuming, you know, the land play, and then takes 7, and I end up with an 8/8 in play. Or 7/7 in play. All right. I mean, that looks pretty good to me. Next turn, I can play Bonnie Paul using this Elvish Spirit Guide. I could... Oh, looks like he's just dead. There we go. He Time Twistered into Bowmasters. A play of desperation. All right, time for round 2, and I really should have main decked this Soul Guide because I think Dan also has animate stuff. In any case, yeah, I will keep this hand. This is a turn 2 4-power brawler. I'm only missing, well, I guess on turn 3 it attacks with 4 power. I'm only missing blue, and I think I lead with black in case I want to play Grist on 3. I also have Fire, Ice, and Tribal Flames, so this could be a pretty fast clock here. And let's see what Dan's on. Cycle Troll. I mean, if he reanimates a troll early, then that could be a thing. Gets an Underground Mortuary, so probably not doing it on turn 2 if that's what he's playing. Though, obviously could have other stuff going on. I'm going to go Copperline Gorge, play a 3/3 brawler. Next turn, play Jetmir's Gardens and maybe cast one of these spells, though. And kept the card on top. Gotcha. All right. Yeah. Oh, actually, because I drew Raucous Theater, actually I wish I'd played Jetmir's Gardens first. Because now if I play Raucous Theater to get the Surveil, I'll be down 1 point of a power, at least that turn. Okay, no plays. Lotus is not actually that exciting of a draw. I think I am going to play the Raucous Theater, though. 1 point of damage is something, but I need, especially now that I have Lotus, it would be really nice to find something to play with it. Okay, any big thing? Plains I can put in my graveyard. All right. Past the turn here. I have Fire up, no ice, sadly. And Let's see if I get a fire target. No, nothing interesting. All right. The other thing about this Jetmir's Gardens is I kind of want to cycle it. I don't think I should do that, though. I think extra damage here is going to be pretty nice. And let's play the Lotus. I don't mind if he counters it or something happens. Can't get skydivered. It also plays around draw 7s, so he's got a bunch of combo stuff. I think he might have Echo of Eons in his deck too. Oh, he has Inquisition. Yeah, this seems fine. Academy. It's like a weird Academy mono, like black Reanimator hybrid. Well, one more hit from the Brawler goes kind of a long way. Honestly, if I draw blue and I hit with Brawler plus Tribal Flames, that would be a pretty big game. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. I think letting him use his Force of Negation mana is fine. Like, that's not a big deal. I just think I'd rather have Lotus countered given the circumstances here. I mean, I could technically win this turn if I hit an island. Let's cycle Indoth of Triumph. I can no longer win this turn because even if I hit an island here, I can't cast both my burn spells. But cycling Indoth of Triumph to try to hit a blue source seems pretty good to me. Green Suns? I'm going to wait a turn here. I don't really think it helps to get anything. Oh, I enabled Drown in the Lock. Huh. I really didn't think about that. All right. That's a shame. I guess attacking first would have worked out a lot better, but I don't think that's like a reasonable thing to play around. All right, let's see what Dan finally has here. Kappa Cannoneer for 6 mana. Sure. I'm pretty far away from getting any of the big things, so I'm just going to get Omnath here. Feels like Omnath will get some work in here. Let's get Omnath. Let's draw a card. Let's play Commercial District. Teferi. I don't have blue mana right now. No, I think I should just bin that. Well, the Kappa Cannoneer is not going to be able to race the Omnath unless Dan plays some other stuff. So this isn't really not too bad. I really wish I got one more hit in with that Nishoba Brawler. But so be it. Okay, this looks kind of big. I don't like that. Minsk and Boo. Okay. What a weird deck. All right. Let's see what happens here. I mean, I have Tribal Flames that can just kill the Minsk and Boo. I also have Fire Ice. Yeah. I mean, if Dan attacks with the Kappa Cannoneer, then I might be able to attack and kill Minsk and Boo. Carnage Interpreter. I see. Oh, man. Wow, getting 4 counters? Nah, that's no good. So I take 9 this turn? It would be nice to hit like a Vault-Born Tyrant. Yeah, the Kappa Cannoneer. I mean, if I hit Leyline Binding, I can take out the Cannoneer. Yeah, Leyline Binding, I go kill Cannoneer, kill Minsk and Boo. That seems pretty good. He can attack me for 18 here, but... Oh, he's sacking the Carnage Interpreter to kill the Omnath? Okay. So now we just need to find Leyline Binding, because I'm taking 10. I have a little bit of time. I'm going to get to fire these two. Wow, what a bad draw. 1 and 1. Play Sylvan. And I just drew the... I couldn't even draw a blue. It was just a non-fetch land. All right. I'm going to go to 5 here. Academy was a good draw, but I don't even know what he's going to do with it. I mean, I guess he's going to draw a bunch of cards. Yeah, I'm pretty dead here. I don't know. This was a weird game. I don't think getting another hit in with the Brawler would have done much, as it turns out. Obviously, getting to hit an island would have been nice. Okay. I'm going to go to 5. I guess if he finds an artifact, then he can put me to 4 so I can't Sylvan 2 cards, which might be something I want to do. Vault-Born Tyrant won't save me here. Atraxa won't save me. Guess he doesn't have an artifact to play. My draw ended up being really slow. I mean, we both had kind of bad draws. Like, we did nothing for our first bunch of turns. Though, obviously now We're at a point where this isn't good. All right. I drew the Leyline Binding. That's funny. And then there's a sneak, and then there's the island. So, I mean... Oh, I meant to put on top, but... Yeah, I guess I'm dead. I guess I could have Leyline Binding, and then oh no, then I have to Tribal Flames the Voidwalker. Yeah. I was pretty dead here. Let's see what my last card was from Sylvan next turn. Okay, would not have helped. All right, down a game here. Against Minsc and Boo, I think Tidebinder's good. It also can counter a trigger on Kappa Cannoneer, which is not unreasonable. Fire Ice is still pretty good. Wait, do I want Soul Guide Lantern against Dan? I'm looking at replays, and I guess he has Animate Dead in his deck. If they have Animate Dead in their deck, you should probably have Soul Guide in. I guess I'll take Sylvan out again. I don't really like to, but I don't really know. And maybe I guess I have to take Fire Ice out. There's not that much I want to cut. I don't want to cut any of the big creatures, so or the small ones. So I guess here we are. All right, game 2 on the draw, or on the play rather. We'll be on the draw next game. And this is a turn 2 Grist with this Elvish Spirit Guide. Atraxa is castable if I draw Lotus. I mean, it's castable even if I don't draw Lotus, but obviously drawing Lotus makes it a lot better. All right, let's go Raucous Theater. Oh, I'll put the Brawler on top. I can also just cast turn 2 Brawler, turn 3 Grist, and that's totally fine. And that saves the Spirit Guide for Atraxa, which I still need blue and white mana, but I mean, this deck actually has a pretty good mana base once I get around to it. All right, let's play the Copperline Gorge. And let's cast Zibrawler here. Pass the turn. He's going to go get that black-green land, most likely. And then I'm going to cast Grist. I guess if I really needed to, I could -2 Grist with the Brawler, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. And I guess I don't have a Triumph that completely solves things, but I've got a Triumph would not be bad. Okay. Forest is bad, though. Forest is like the worst land I could draw. That's +1. Mill of Vamp. All right. Hit for 3. And just look for white and blue mana. Natural Order would be great. Lotus would be great, though I guess I'm still short white or blue for Lotus. I also have this Soul Guide here, which is going to probably get cycled. He's not like a heavy animate deck. It is nice to have Soul Guide because it just, for a 1 mana, like a cycling card that could turn off one of his cards is pretty good. Okay, cycling the Troll. Getting a Xander's Lounge. Sure, if you're playing a tapped land, I guess I'm not too unhappy about that. One thing I don't like is I'm kind of vulnerable to Academy. Oh, there's the Academy, of course. I'm kind of vulnerable to Academy. I just don't have that many artifact removal spells. Oh, man. Into a Relic of Sauron? Oof, okay. Yeah, this matchup seems kind of bad for me, honestly. Like, I just don't have... This deck just doesn't have a lot that interacts with what he's got here. Soul Guide. I'm going to eat the Troll. If he's got Drown on the Lock, he's got Drown on the Lock. I'm not that worried. Because I want to cycle this and look for... I need to find blue and white lands. Because now, with this Elvish Mystic and the Spirit Guide, if I draw a blue land and a white land in the next 2 turns, I can just cast Atraxa. And if I'm going to do all this, I think I should do it before attacking. Okay. Exile Troll. Draw a card. Okay, a blue land is a start. Let's attack for 5, hopefully. Okay, looks like he's just taking 5. No? Yeah, all right. Now I play Mystic, and now any white land, Fabled Passage. Actually, I think that's actually, or Plains. I don't think, I mean, this deck does not have a white duel. Yeah, so even though Indatha Triumph off of Polluted Delta also works, it would be a turn slow. All right, so he gets to cycle his Xander's Lounge. I mean, I am kind of putting a lot of pressure on here. He's got a lot of mana. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 mana. without having played a land yet. And that's enough mana to do kind of whatever you want. If I draw a white source, which I don't have a whole lot of, I have Lotus and I have Plains and I have Fabled Passage as untapped white sources. Then I have 2 more tapped white sources. So, yeah, I think, 3 more because I have Jetmir's Gardens as well. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm looking for. Obviously, like Birds and Paradise Druid eventually get me there. Huatli. Oh, I could also draw Sneak Attack. Sneak would be an amazing draw. And I could draw Vaultborn Tyrant or Bonnie Paul. No, Bonnie Paul I can't cast with double blue. Well, we'll see here. All right, here we go. Island into something that costs a bunch of blue. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little outmatched here. My deck's doing it what it can, but I need to draw Lotus to have a good chance in this matchup, and I have not yet done so. Lotus would be a really nice draw here. Assuming I even get to untap with all this stuff in play. Oh, jeez, a Tinker too? Wow. Dan just has it all. Though, he's got Minsc and Boo and Douthy Voidwalker in his deck. Okay, tinkering for Kappa Cannoneer, that's not so bad. I have Grist here, so I can eat the Cannoneer and then try to eat the Urza a turn later. All right, that's. I mean, I can just pay the 4. But it's got still enough mana left to make another play, but he played Urza and Tinker. Like, what else? what else do you have? Oh, you got something. Could be spinning Urza. No, it's Karn. Okay. We're getting to the point where Atraxa might not be enough. I guess if I hit Sneak Attack, I probably win if I hit Sneak Attack, to be honest, because I'm going to Atraxa into another card to sneak into play. All right, let's go. Let's go Sneak. Oh, Tribal Flames? No, it's not nothing. All right. Yeah, I guess Insect Token, kill Kappa Cannoneer, pay 4. And I think I Tribal Flames the Urza. And I guess I passed the turn. I could. No, those are going to get bigger, so I'm going to attack Karn and trade off the Neshoba Brawler. I'm doing what I can. I'm battling here. All right, yeah, double block's fine. Trade for 1. Pass the turn, and then I can block the construct with my insect, and Grist survives, then minus Grist again to kill the Karn. Or kill a Karnstruct, I don't know. I'm still losing by a lot, but I did kill a Kappa Cannoneer, Urza, and a token that turn with my scrappy domain cards, my Tribal Flames, and Neshoba Brawler trading off there. Let's get one of those white sources that I've heard so much about, or a sneak. Elvish Spirit Guide out a Sneak Attack, sneak in Atraxa, sneak in Vaultborn Tyrant, win the game. That'd be nice. All right, minus Karn, sure. That's a kind of play I expected to see. Hopefully this is like draw with Relic of Sauron. Yeah. A little weird to... Oh, I guess Dan did it that way so he could tap the Academy first. Yeah, sure, it leaves black up. That makes sense. Usually you want to draw cards before taking other actions because this gives you more options, but this makes sense why to sequence it this way. Discard an island. Still looking for that sneak or white source. Green Suns. I got some cards I could draw. Okay, attacking Grist. Of course, I'm going to block. All right. Let's go. Let's go. What am I doing here? I could minus Grist and sack Elvish Spirit Guide. Like I could play Elvish Spirit Guide, sack it, kill the card. I'm left with 2 constructs in play. I think I'm just going to cast the Elvish Spirit Guide. I guess I'm doing that regardless. And I could +1 the Grist. I think I like that. Make another token. And maybe I'll mill something bad. Yeah, look, I didn't need that Sentinel anyway. I am pretty dead here, though. This is not looking good, I tell you that much. If I can maybe survive a turn, Jeweled Amulet and Spell Pierce. Can have Spell Pierce. The Jeweled Amulet makes the constructs bigger, so I don't really want that to happen. Dan's drawing too many cards and has too much mana for me to imagine me activating Grist as my only play being good enough, but suppose I can play it out one more turn here. Okay, there goes Academy into Displacer Kitten. Can Flicker Karn. Okay, I mean, he's got to have a spell to jumpstart it. Spell Pierce, which he could also cast on his own spell in response to get another Displacer Kitten trigger. That wouldn't be crazy. I can't believe everything I battled through this game and I still just didn't hit white. Because if I hit white this turn, I might actually be able to mount a comeback, play Atraxa, do some things, drown in the lock my elf, flicker the Karn. Yeah, all right. Let's see. You get the Jeweled Amulet for free. Yep, because it's got a silver counter on it. Gets to play Jeweled Amulet and flicker the Karn again. Has Spell Pierce and one unknown in hand. I mean, I guess a sneak attack could still win me the game here. Oh man, he's got Spell Pierce in hand now. I guess not. All right, makes another construct. And that's it. Okay. I'm going to let Grist die here. The sad part is I can't even draw Natural Order through Spell Pierce. Lotus doesn't work anymore, and there's no way to stop him from getting Spell Pierce, so I had given him the Jeweled Amulet. He would have been able to get it anyway. Lazov, Wearer of Faces, sure. And Paradise Druid. All right, that's enough for me. All right, 1-1, very outmatched this round, and on to the next. All right, time for round 3, playing against Billy the Kitty, who's on a 4-color control deck, like no green, just removal spells, Marchesa, Dark Confidant, Grief. I keep this hand. And I guess I want Ziatora's Proving Ground. I might just get the Raucous Theater here. It will leave me without the Forest subtype, but I think that's okay. And I don't really want to give up on a nice Surveil here. So let me just go ahead and fetch that. I've already got green sources here, and it just makes Leyline Binding a little bit harder to cast, but I think that's okay. I mean, this hand is a turn 3 or turn 4 Vaultborn Tyrant, if I want to. All right, let's see what you get. Atraxa? So my concern, though, is that Billy has Necromancy in deck. I really don't want to drop something that can get Necromancy. Plus, it's a lot better to play Atraxa than Vaultborn. It's got Counterspell in deck, but with 4 colors, isn't always going to have Counterspell mana up. Hopefully doesn't play any sort of discard here. And I actually have a turn 3 Leyline Binding anyway here. I can go Plains, Leyline Binding for 3 mana. It does keep my 4th land into play tapped, so I kind of don't want to play the Plains this turn, even though, this is tricky. I'll have to see what I draw. Sneak attack would be so nice. Can I just draw Sneak just once? That'd be so sick. Okay, Underground Sea, go. All right. Well, if I draw an untapped land, it's easy. I play the Plains. Otherwise, I think I'm just going to play Copperline Gorge here. I really do want to play this thing on turn 4, and hopefully, if Billy taps out here, I can just slam it. Play like a Marchesa or something. If I can just slam Atraxa here, that'll solve all of my problems. Cast a Lingering Souls or something. Grief would be really annoying here. So I'm hoping that does not hit the board. Black, white. Just the Lingering Souls. Oh, Vindicate my Raucous Theater. All right. I don't love that. Oh, Plains into Sentinels. Nice. All right. Sentinel a turn earlier would have made the Vindicate hit the Sentinel, and then I would have cast my thing. But you know what? That's all right. Let's just get the Sentinel down. Any land that's untapped lets me cast either of my things, though I would lead with Atraxa. Sneak would still be busted. Let's see what this is. Hopefully not a grief. Grief taking Lotus would be pretty bad times for me. Bitter Triumph, paying 3 life. Okay. And reanimated. Oh, I'm glad I didn't put the Atraxa in the graveyard. All right. And probably using the Sentinel, hitting Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. Probably leaving that on top. Yep. All right, land this turn would be really nice. All right, Watery Grave. Yes. Lotus. Atraxa. And let's hit some things. Enchantment, creature, and land. All right, well, let's get Fabled Passage, Sneak Attack, and Bonnie Paul, because that can go get an untapped red. And keep kind of missing with Atraxa, but now if Billy wants to get Teferi down, can go land, Teferi, minus on Atraxa, and then I can go sneak in Bonnie Paul, attack Teferi, or probably just sneak in Vaultborn Tyrant. Any of those would be pretty nice. And basically this puts two things into play for Billy to deal with. An Atraxa sitting in play. Obviously you can't ignore that for too long. You can take 1 hit from it maybe. And a sneak in hand with a target in hand. So even without knowing about the Vaultborn Tyrant, this is going to be an issue. This looks like a swords, sure. Atraxa's gone. Okay, get a map token. And I'm going to have a 2-mana Leyline Binding here. It's not a 1-mana Leyline Binding, unfortunately, unless I draw a red-green land. I don't think I have a red-green land that's untapped. I don't have like a Taiga, because I was just looking at maybe being able to cast Sneak, and if that doesn't work out, cast Leyline, but I think I'm just going to have to cast Sneak and hope that does some stuff here. Billy hasn't played a land yet. Okay. And is maybe looking for Baleful Strix. Okay, that is fine. Into using the map token on Tundra. All right, well, I know Dan has the Spell Pierce, so I'm going to play Fabled Passage. I'll sack this for red, I think. And cast Sneak. And hope this resolves. Okay, so now sneak in Vaultborn Tyrant. I could sneak in Bonnie Paul, but the problem with that is I would get a 5/5. I would attack with Bonnie Paul, draw a card, put a land into play, but none of these lands can get untapped red anymore. Right? I don't have... Oh, I have Volcanic? Oh, yeah. So I think then I'll sneak in Bonnie Paul then. Make Bow. Attack with Bonnie Paul. Draw a card. Put Polluted Delta into play. I just want to be able to sneak twice this turn. And I think that being able... Because I think the sneak might get killed or something. Though actually I should have just cracked the Delta. I mean, I can just wait on it too. But if sneak attack gets like Skyclave Apparitioned or something along those lines, I really want to be able to sneak in the Vaultborn Tyrant, because I don't care if I miss the attack with Vaultborn Tyrant. That's not a huge issue. Grief. Let's get Volcanic Island. Sneak in Vaultborn Tyrant. All right. So 8 life. Might have to grief the Tribal Flames. The Green Suns doesn't do that much for me anymore. Can get Huatli. Can get Omnath. I guess Omnath is probably the thing I'm interested in. And this way I got to sneak both my things, even though if I only got to attack with one. And it's going to leave me with, once this Vault-Born Tyrant dies end of turn, it's going to leave me with 2 6/6s, one with Trample, and a removal spell, 2 removal spells plus a Green Suns, and I have this map token. So I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. Sneak attack really does deliver in this deck. Okay. Leaving that Teferi on top did not work out great. All right, and Leyline Binding gets taken. Interesting. Is this Prismatic Ending on Bow? Okay. I guess Leyline Binding is a 1-mana way to kill something. All right, let's get the Vault-Born Tyrant back. Oh, I can sneak it into Shobo Brawler? Let's see. How do I want to do this? If I sneak in Brawler, I'm attacking with 11 points of Trample. So I'm attacking basically for 16. And this is 8, so I actually just win, but I can still even Green Suns. Oh, I'll have 1 left only. I was thinking if I could Green Suns for Omnath here. I guess I can't quite do that, so let's just sneak the Shobo Brawler. I'm missing green. That's funny. Map token the Brawler, I suppose, is fine. Hit Commercial District. Okay, I'll play Commercial District. Now it's a 5/3. Graveyard. Attack with both. And basically you're at 3, 11, 16, and they have 8. Yeah, this is going to be impossible to survive. So we are up a game here. All right. Yeah, I want Soul Guide again. They all have reanimate. I play every single opponent I played against has a reanimate spell in their deck. That's so weird. Do I want Sylvan? I kind of want Sylvan in this matchup. Fire Ice to kill Bob seems pretty good. I might not want Elvish Spirit Guide. Just playing against removal and counters, I just don't want to be pitching 2 cards to cast a card. Obviously, Lotus is a bit of an exception. This makes me want Railway Brawler a little bit too, because I can like suspend that on turn 4. Yeah, that seems kind of nice. Cutting. I don't really want to cut Tribal Flames either. Yeah, maybe I don't play the Railway Brawler. I guess it's probably a little bit weaker than the rest of my stuff. All right, on the draw here, let's see what game numero dos has for us. All right, on the draw, yeah, I will keep this hand. This is a turn 2 Paradise Druid, or I guess I could play Sylvan, kind of regardless. And then turn 3, I can play Teferi now that I've drawn this Watery Grave. I mean, I assume it's better to play Paradise Druid. Also, if I draw Natural Order, I can just slam the turn 3 Natural Order. Though getting Teferi into play first would be nice. I really hope I don't see a turn 2 Bob, but Billy did leave a card on top, makes it a little more likely. Okay, go is nice. Let's play the Watery Grave. Play Paradise Druid. Because now, if Billy has a turn 3 play, I can bounce it with a Teferi. Okay. Yeah, I guess this makes my Paradise Druid vulnerable. If I play this Teferi, I could also play Sylvan Library and leave Paradise Druid safe. I think I will do that. Billy just has a lot of removal spells in deck, so I kind of feel like just leading on Sylvan is better. Also, if this gets countered, I really don't care that much. But I'm worried if I tap Paradise Druid to cast Teferi, then Billy goes in response, plow the Paradise Druid. That works out kind of poorly for me. Okay, Paradise Druid Resolve, or Sylvan Resolve. Let's just play Commercial District. Oh, I'll leave Sneak on top. Okay, and now, definitely not attacking. I get to slam Sneak, Vault-Born Tyrant Sneak if Billy does something. If Billy doesn't do anything, I get to Teferi. If Billy casts Grief here, do you take Teferi or do you take Vault-Born Tyrant? It's kind of interesting. Especially since I have Fire Ice to just fire the Grief. I could go Teferi plus fire Grief here. And Billy does not know I've got a Sneak on top. Plus I have a Sylvan coming. All right. Let's see. No plays. All right. No plays means I'm going to cast Teferi before casting sneak attack. I even get to crack Fabled Passage for planes, so I don't have to tap this Paradise Druid. And then I leave up ice here off Paradise Druid, which means I get to pass and then maybe end of turn cast ice. Could upkeep it, but it's only Teferi that matters for, and I don't actually think I'm that worried about a Teferi Hero of Dominaria. All right, this has been a pretty good draw for me. Like, I haven't presented any creatures to kill. Billy probably has ways to kill creatures in hand. Okay. Oh, Prismatic Ending on the Sylvan Library. All right. That is acceptable, I suppose. Crack Fabled Passage. I still think I want to play Teferi Time Raveler here. It just feels like there's a counter coming. No more lies. All right. And I guess I'll pass the turn here. I mean, Billy's got some good interaction. This is true. I could have iced upkeep Underground Sea, but that didn't seem very good. All right, I'm gonna go for the sneak now. Ice on Underground Sea. This turns off Counterspell. I don't know how many more counters Billy has, but hopefully not a whole lot. Oh, Stoic Sphinx? Sure. That's an Atraxa. All right. Yeah, let's do this thing. Sneak. And I get to sneak in Vaultborn Tyrant first, so I even draw off Atraxa. So good. Sneak. Atraxa. Let's trigger, so I draw first. And then I hit Sorcery Land. Oh, if I'd done it the other way, I would have gotten that for free. Sorcery. Artifact. Land, I probably want the Raucous Theater. And creature. I could sneak in the Brawler right now. This is 13, 18 damage. Oh yeah, look, this is good. Oh, this is so sick. Lotus. We're going to make that thing chump. Crack for red. Tribal Flames you. Sneak Neshoba Brawler, draw a card. Attack with everything. Oh yeah, we got to get there. All right. Chump, go to 3, and then I even get my Vaultborn Tyrant back here. And draw off that. Oh, and then I have a Bowmasters. Yeah, good luck. I'm at 37. I've got Leyline Binding. I've got Vamp for any card in my deck. And I've got a sneak in play, so if I Vamp for a creature, I can just put it into play and attack with it. And I even have Bowmaster. So Paradise Druid plus Bowmasters is lethal, Vaultborn Tyrant's lethal, Vamp Sneak is lethal, and no permanents do anything. I'm going to say I've got my bases covered here, but we'll find out. Let's see what they've got. Yeah, oust the token. Sure, that's a start. You dealt with one of the 3 things that are lethal. Vindicate the sneak. Oh, Bitter Triumph, or the Paradise Druid, upkeep. I'm going to vamp. I guess Bonnie Paul looks pretty good to me. All right. And that's a 2-1. That's a 1 draft. Like, we needed my win to win the draft. We were tied, or we were up. It was like 5-6, and we got there. And you know what? Black Lotus really came through in the clutch. This deck was cool. Going hard on Natural Order, then getting Natural Order worked out really nicely. Obviously, the Bowmaster is just a good quality card, and I'm really glad I slammed Atraxa early and wheeled Vaultborn. They both did a lot of work. Had a pretty good mana base. Could have used an untapped white duel. That would have been nice. But otherwise, things worked out pretty nicely, and this is a really nice kind of return to 5-color Natural Order green. We are back, baby. Natural Order is so back. I appreciate you hanging out and watching as I try a new strategy this time. This has been a while since I've put the Natural Order card in my deck. And you know what? I'll be back tomorrow with another draft, and I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.